Welcome to Bill's Media and the Arts Podcast. Today I have something a little bit different for you today. And the question I have to ask is how many wrestling fans do we have on this channel or whatever? Because I have something different to you. Today I want to talk about a series that came on Stars last year. And it is one of the best shows that I have seen in a while. And it stars Stephen Amell and Alexander Ludwig. And this show was called Heels. And it was on Stars. Here's the DVD. Okay. Nothing spectacular, right? But this show is not only about small town wrestling, it is a story of two brothers who are kind of at odds with each other. So the gist of the story is this: Stephen Amell, which is all right for those of you who do not know about wrestling, you have what they call heels, which are bad guys, and babyface, which are called the good guys. Okay, well, Stephen Amell from the TV show Arrow plays Jack Spade, and his brother Alexander Ludwig plays Ace Spade. And basically, what this story is about Jack there, who's the older brother, take over his father's indie local kind of niche wrestling organization after their father died. And he thinks that because he's the older brother and everything, and that he took the company over, that he should have all the say in what goes on. Like, he's the champion of the organization. He holds the championship belt. And he thinks, that by him holding the belt and him being the control of everything, the wrestling will succeed. Well, the problem is it kind of creates a rift between him and his brother, because his brother figures that he should be champion and he should get an opportunity to be the face of the company for a while and let his brother just run the things behind the day-to-day. And this story, I'm actually going to read you the back of it. It says, Heels is a story about men and women who chase their dreams in the world of small-town pro wrestling. Set in a close-knit Georgia community, it follows family-owned wrestling promotion as two brothers and rivals, Jack Spade, Stephen Amell, and Ace Spade, Alexander Ludwig, war over their late father's legacy. In the ring, somebody must play the good guy, Ludwig, and somebody must play their nemesis, the heel, Amell. But in the real world, these characters can be hard to live up to or hard to leave behind. So the problem with this is like, especially for the brothers, is their characters are a lot different outside of the ring than they are on the inside of the ring. It's funny because Alexander Ludwig, which is the one there with the blonde long hair, and for those of you who do not know who he is, or may recognize him and not recognize him, or know what you recognize him from, he played in Vikings as Bjorn Einstein, the son of Ragnar Lothbrok. Okay. He's also played in, if you're a sports fan, he played in that show, that movie called When the Game Stands Tall. And he's been in some other stuff too, and I can't tell you what all they are right at this moment. But truth is, Ace is sort of kind of outside of a ring. He's sort of kind of an ass. And Jack, his older brother is more of a kind of a nice guy, the family man, has a wife and kids and all this stuff. But in the ring, he plays a total dick and like a jackass, right? And sometimes, but as the show goes on and as the time goes on in the organization, like actually Ace becomes a bad guy in the ring. He turns heel, but he actually turns out to be the kind of the nicer brother in real life outside the ring. But Jack becomes more of a kind of an asshole outside of the ring. And he kind of starts to get to the point to where he's letting a wrestling organization um, you know, take over his personal life and everything, and it's he's not spending as much time with his wife and kid. And they also and the thing that people don't understand about this is like this is like a one night a week or a couple nights a month thing. They get paid, a certain amount of money, but all these people work regular jobs. Like Jack there works in a I think a lawnmower selling company. He sells like lawnmowers and stuff for a living. And I'm not sure what Ace does. I don't think he has a job, but I know he still lives home with his mother and everything like that. Um, so yeah, and there's also and the wrestling name is called DWL, which stands for Duffy Wrestling League. And as you go on to the show, you'll find out that there's a rival promotion in Florida called the FWD, I think is what it is, the Florida Wrestling Dystopia. And they're kind of becoming a big time thing, and they pay a lot more money. They're like, I think they may even have a TV deal and stuff like that. And people are it's hard for them to want to stay loyal to the DWL, but they know that going to the Florida Wrestling Dystopia would be better for their family, making money, and stuff like that. And their name will get out there. They'll become bigger and everything. Well, you come to find out that about I think maybe halfway through the show, one of their wrestlers jumps ships and goes to the FWD. And then when he gets there and everything, he starts talking to Ace about, man, you need to come down here. So he goes down there to check it out and was actually going to like premiere that night. And his brother comes down to get him and everything. And the problem that it is like in this show, you have a couple of other characters, and one of them is a guy called Wild Bill, who used to wrestle for the DWL back in the day, who went on to become real kind of, a pretty famous guy in the wrestling world. And, now he's come back to sort of kind of, I guess, help the DWL become bigger. But Jack Spade really doesn't trust him or whatever. But the whole thing is, so all this time they're fighting to get some kind of a recognition, a big platform to really show off their brand. Well, they have these in Georgia. They have, I guess, what is it like, the Georgia State Fair or something other like that. Well, they're looking for a big, huge event this year. I think besides the rodeo to sort of, you know, get people to come to the fair, buy tickets and stuff like that. So they go watch a couple of the DWL shows and fall in love with it, and they get to let them be the big main attraction for the Georgia State Fair. And so they're like, I think it's like a stadium, maybe like 10,000 people or something like that. It's huge, it's big, huge arena. And so now they're clamoring. Everybody wants to be on that show. But Jack is still up in arms about whether he wants to drop the belt to his brother or whatever. But there's this big, huge turn at the end of the show. And I won't give it away because I want people to go out and watch the show. And it's actually the ending to the first season you wouldn't see coming at all, because like I said, there's a few underlying characters in there that have a pretty major role in this show, but you really wouldn't think so. And so, like I said, I'm not going to give away the ending because this show is totally awesome. And I think you would like this, even if you're not a professional wrestling fan. You know, I have grew up watching wrestling all my life. WWE, WCW, TNA, NWA, now All Elite Wrestling, which is my favorite thing. AEW kicks ass. They're the best wrestling in the country right now. Ring of Honor, huge Ring of Honor fan. And I'm so glad that Tony Khan bought Ring of Honor. I know he'll do it right and do it justice. But and something I wanted to say right quick. A few years ago, I forgot how long it's been now. There was a movie come out with Mickey Rourke called The Wrestler. And if you've seen that movie and if you like that, you'll like this. It's sort of something similar to that, but it's just more modernized. It's more to date now. And it kind of gives you where that kind of thing was based on one character. This is like a family, kind of like an organization, kind of like. And it goes through the different lives of just different people and stuff and shows you what it's really like to, wrestle for small time indie promotion, and everything. It's just a wonderful show. Even if you don't like wrestling and you like drama and you like some action and stuff, I think you would love this show. It is, I think, Alexander Ludwig and Stephen Amell's best performances since they left their other shows they had, which, Stephen Amell he's known for Arrow. I forgot how many seasons that was, like 8 or something, I think, maybe 9. I don't know that. I forgot how many were. And then Alexander Ludwig played, in Vikings for about, I think it was all 6 seasons he played in there. And it's just, to see these guys kind of go from what they had been doing into this. And even my brother watched this and he was like, man, that's a different role for, Stephen Amell, especially coming out of Arrow and everything. And my brother was skeptical about watching this because he was just kind of being like, I don't know if I really want to see that. But he loved it. And he was like, man, I can't wait for season 2. And just to kind of show you, here's some more of the other characters on the back. And I will say this, that this guy right here is Wild Bill. I don't know if you can see it. And then this chick right here sort of kind of plays a major part sort of towards the end of it. I'm not going to give you the ending, but if you want to know, you definitely got to watch this show. You can pick this up on Amazon. It's only available on DVD that I know of for I think it's like $24.99. But believe me, it's worth the money. When I bought it, and see, I hadn't seen it on Stars, but I knew it was out, and I don't have Stars. And I think you can get Stars through Amazon Prime, but I'm not really sure. But the first time I ever saw the trailer to this show, I wanted to see it. And then when I found out it was coming out on DVD and I had to pick it up, and I went and watched it. And believe me, it was worth the $24.99 that I spent for this. It's an awesome show. I know it's been approved for season 2. I don't know if they're filming yet or not, but I can't wait till see season 2 of this. It is going to be really, really good. So, guys, I just want to say thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting Bill's Media and the Arts podcast. I just want to say that I know that the content I bring sometimes is a little bit different and maybe a different approach and a different way of doing things. And I would love to someday, maybe if people out there would know, I'd love to find a sponsor someday, somebody that can kind of help me out, get me over to the next level. But if not, I enjoy doing what I do, and I'll always bring you as long as I can and I'm able, and I got money. I'm gonna bring you the Wild Bill, bring you Bill's Media and the Arts podcast. But keep watching. I got some more stuff coming, some more stuff planned, and some things I might think you'll find interesting. But anyway, everybody have a beautiful day and a blessed day. And I will talk to you later. This is Bill signing out.